How you guys doing? This is John from Overhead Exposure, and today we're going to be doing a dolly zoom with drone tutorial. The dolly zoom effect is an effect that's been around since the 30s with an Alfred Hitchcock movie called Vertigo. And I'm going to show you an example from Jaws, which is a great example, and we're going to show it to you in slow motion afterwards so you can see what's going on. The camera here is being pushed in as it's being zoomed out, and that's what's creating that effect. And we're going to show you right now how to shoot the footage to get this effect. Now this is our proximity right now to this object that we're going to be filming. It's the subject, and I'll show you in the inlay what kind of framing we have. It's similar to what I'm showing you right now with this camcorder. You want to have enough of the background in the picture so that the effect shows properly. And what the effect is going to show is as we're pulling back, we're going to gently pull back on this on the right stick. We're not going to touch the left stick. Gently pull back on the right stick. And here we have some of the raw footage of us pulling back on that right stick. And this is more footage than you need, by the way. You want to have a little bit of a cushion. This is a little bit too much of a cushion, but anyway, this is what we need. So we're going to take that clip, and usually I like to create a video proxy because my computer sucks, but we're going to be reversing the clip anyway. So the fact that it created a video proxy doesn't really help me too much, because once you reverse the clip in Vegas, it's no longer there's no longer a proxy, and you can't create a video proxy on a reversed clip. Anyway, so we got the clip right here in regular in forward motion, and we're going to try to set a beginning point and an end point here. The beginning point of this clip, which is going to end up being reversed, you want it to fill the frame with enough of the background showing so that so that it's noticeable. If it's filling too much of the frame, you're not going to be able to see the effect as well. So we're going to drag the left side over. Some people do this with with sub clips, but I just like to do it in the timeline. Anyway. Alright, now setting the end point, which is going to end up being the beginning point after we reverse it. And again, you want it to be zoomed out a decent amount, but not so much. You have to imagine that, because we're going to be cropping this. This is 4K video, we're going to be cropping it to 1080. So we're going to put it right about there, and we're going to drag the, right about there, we're going to drag the right end of this clip. So we've set our beginning and end points. And right here, we're going to right click and choose reverse. We just reversed the clip, like I mentioned earlier we were going to. And I'm going to drag it to the left. Come on, what are you doing? And right now this clip no longer has benefit of that video proxy, so we're not going to see such a great live preview in our preview window. Maybe if I change it to draft. Nope, not really. Boy, my computer sucks. It's really not that bad. I mean, I've got a GTX 650 in here. See, the thing is that video processing is more about the CPU than it is about the GPU. So that's where I'm running into trouble. I only have a 3-core processor here. Anyway, all right. So here we are. We got our footage. It's reversed. This is where we're starting. What we need to do is click on the right, and whatever program you're in, if you're using Premiere, you should know how to do this. And we're going to crop this area to 1080 instead of 3840. So make sure that you have your aspect ratio locked, and change that, just like I did, to 1920. Now what that does is create a keyframe. Okay, and we're going to change the end keyframe to 3840, back to 4K resolution, so that it will tween between those two and help us get this effect. And again, this video is a basic tutorial. It shows you how to do it in Vegas 13, but it really work this way with any type of video editing software, provided you know how to use the basic tools of the software, the compositing, the cropping, things like that. But this should work with almost any video software. And I think we're going to try it like that, just to see how it's going to look. A lot of this is trial and error, so you're not always going to get it right the first time. So we're going to go ahead and render that out and see how it looks. You're going to render this out to 1080p, whatever settings you're on. Make sure you're rendering to 1080p, and you're not losing any quality. Now that actually wasn't that bad. What we can do to help this out a little bit is we can change the easing options. There are easing options that you'll see here in a second when I right-click the keyframe. These easing options decide how the transition is played out, whether the transition from the low resolution to high resolution, the zoom, whether it happens up front and then gradually tapers off, or whether it gradually starts slow and then bunches up towards the end. There's a few different ones, a few different options there. We're going to go through all of them and see which one works out the best. It's more of like a trial and error thing. I have a feeling I know which one's going to be the best, but we're going to go ahead and go through each one and see how they look, and then we'll come back and discuss it in a few moments. So here we go. Let's see how that goes. And the winner out of those four was the smooth one. I like that one the best. I just think it has the best even distribution of that effect. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. And if you didn't like the video, then go jump in the lake. Thanks. Take care.